This is the Marina Crash interview 1. So, how did you end up working here?
How I ended up working in Malahide Marina. I originally moved. Do you need to know all background information? No, I just heard word of mouth, so that's how I ended up working in Marina Crash.
Okay, what made you interested in childcare?
I originally started off doing nursing. I did nursing for a year. I was 17. I left school, and I think I was too young when I did start doing the nursing. So the other route, I knew I wanted to work with kids. So my other route was childcare, and I opted into childcare, and I've been here ever since.
Okay, cool. So if you were teaching downstairs, would you be teaching using the Asher curriculum?
I would, yeah.
Okay. So what sort of barriers would you find when you're there when you're trying to teach them?
I wouldn't find any barriers when it comes to the Asher. Everything obviously is related back to Asher full time. We try and relate back and bring back, and everything that a child does, child led, is always. It's all connected to the Asher, so I don't find any barriers when it comes to it. If anything, I find a guideline for myself, just to keep myself in check. And I love the whole philosophy of Asher.
Okay. What do you think the role play has in child development?
The role play.
Sorry, the role of play.
Oh, the role of play.
Yeah.
So are we linking back to Asher now again?
It's up to you.
The role of play, I think it's very important for kids to express themselves freely. Lead that be through water, sensory activities, painting, expressing themselves, who they are as people, dressing up, pretend. So role play would be very important.
Okay. How do you think it affects their emotional development?
I think, now I'm going to give you a scenario.
Right.
For instance, I had a little boy who had strong attachments with his mum and dad at home. So I actually put into placement a photo of the family. So we interviewed a lovely little photo wall of the families. A comfort blanket, I'm probably completely going off topic now. Teddies, anything that was from home to bring in to make this as child friendly and a home environment for this particular child. So emotionally, that's what I would have did for that kid, and it helped. I found it really helped with his transition towards in here emotionally.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's grand. What about the social development? What do you think play has to do with that?
Social, I would encourage circle time. I would encourage drama. How else would I get them to socially? Just if I found that there was certain kids lacking or not falling behind, but some kids need a little bit more encouragement than other kids.
To be pushed into.
Pushed in. So I would regularly, the way you have your little pals in the class, I would try and separate them up, mix them around the classroom, so they're socially getting involved with everyone and they're familiar with everyone, and it seems it has been working the last 10 years and it is working. So that's how I would have that area.
Can you think of any ways that it could affect their mental development, or that you've seen even?
As I said, I'm over 10 years now in childcare, and I haven't. Personally, I'm not. I haven't got experience in that area to widen out, so no.
Okay.
No.
That's grand. What do you see your role as a teacher or an educator is in your process as a teacher and educator and the learning process for the kids and teaching?
I would in the last 3 or 4 years I would put myself as an educator. I have a very crucial role, I think, as a play school teacher. Their social, intellectual language, encouraging all of that, striving them. I think it's so important at my age group right now that they get all of that encouragement and boosting, and it helps them for when they're moving into Montessori. Trying to get structure going, and I know not every kid wants to be led, they want to lead, so being open to that, letting them express themselves. I just love what I do and I'm passionate what I do, and I think I play a great role. Yeah.
Cool. Have you ever worked in an early childhood setting without the Asher curriculum being in place?
When I started off in childcare, we didn't have the Asher curriculum.
Okay.
And that's gone back in 2008, 2007. The Asher has only been properly implemented fully, to my knowledge, in the more so the last 2-3 years. And as I said, I just love the whole philosophy about it. Everything links to what we do. So I know some people, like, you know, who's coming into it at the start are like, you know, Ash there, but I love it. So sorry, I'm after running off myself. I'm an awful wobbler. You asked me how did I.
No, I was just curious whether or not you'd ever worked without it.
I would have worked without it for about 7 or 8 years, and like a lot of it would have been researching on what I studied in school, and then a lot of general knowledge yourself. But as I said, just I love Asher. I love linking back to it.
Okay. What was it like trying to like implement it when it first came in?
When it first came in, it was all new. Of course, it was all new, and like going back to your identifying belonging, linking everything back to it. It was tricky, but I never look at a situation where it's like, oh, you know, this is new. I'm open-minded about everything, and the more I read it, the more I looked into it, you know, just the more I loved it, and I love Ashter. I swear by Ashter.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you think like when it first came in, there could have been more? Like, do you think more training was needed, or?
Oh, definitely. Like before I came to Malahide Marina Creche, I would have previously worked with By Horizons, and they were just like their scale was just phenomenal. You know, we got all the training, all the support. It's only in the last year and a half that we are properly getting, like, there is training, but it's not enough. Like I would have went on 2-3 courses with my previous job, and they just properly laid everything down. This is what we need to be linking back to. This is what we should be doing. Just all in the best interest for the kids. But no, there wasn't enough support going back a few years ago. Only for I got the extra training in my previous job, which was By Horizons, and I came here and I gave all my knowledge to the girls. Like, they were like, it actually is lovely. It's lovely to lead with, but they didn't have enough information. And the same, like, going back to your observations, like the girls were doing the old observations, where when you do your observations, you look at your observations and you're linking continuously. This is not even you trying. There's all points in your Ashter, you know, to relate back to. But back to your question, no, there wasn't enough. No, sorry.
Oh, that's grand. That's pretty much
Is that
everything.
it?
Yeah,
Oh,
thanks
okay.
a lot.